Oh yeah, deep divers. Shout out to everybody who's here. Shout out to everybody who's here. Let me pull this up. Deep divers, how you doing? I hope your day is going good. Hope everybody is enjoying their day right about now. Shout out to everyone who's here. Deep divers, I see all of you. I see all of you, deep divers. Shout out to everyone who's here. Mind-blowing conspiracy theorists, deep divers. Oh, we're early and we're just diving straight into it. We're diving straight into it. Did everyone breathe in that good ass prawn today? That's the question. Did everyone breathing in that good ass prana, baby? Raising the frequency, raising the vibration. Let me send you some good ass energy today, deep divers. Take that, take that, take that. Peace. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Beautiful deep divers. We are out here in the wonderful art gallery, broadcasting live, and we got a whole lot to talk about. Mind-blowing conspiracy theories. Shout out to everyone who's here. Everybody. Now, are you ready, deep divers? You ready to dive deep? If you're ready to dive deep, say, Ralph, I'm ready to dive deep. That's all. I'm ready to dive deep. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? First and foremost, let me shout out to everyone who's here. Like I always say, live streams are always fun. Always fun, because it's not about me. It's not about me on these live streams. It's about you. And of course, the cat down the road. Sonia Bear, you are appreciated. Ralphie is the only man I trust. In Ralphie, I trust. Thank you for being the support I need on a daily basis. Hey! Shout out to Sonia Bear, you are appreciated. Shout out to all these wonderful deep divers who's here. Oh, Mystery, you're joining us. Thank you. You are appreciated. Thank you for keeping us grounded, Ralph. Absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to everyone who's here. Like I say, you are all appreciated. You are all appreciated. So, mind-blowing conspiracy theories. Mind-blowing conspiracy theories. So, as you already know, deep divers, a lot is happening on the planet. And right now, a lot of people are starting to say, is that a conspiracy theory? Or is it a fact? For example, deep divers. A lot of people saw this, right? They saw this UFO and they're like, hey, is that a conspiracy theory? Wait a minute. The Pentagon said that it's real, right? A Navy pilot took that. And this is the full disclosure that's actually coming in the next few months. Even more is going to be revealed about this unidentified flying object, right? Unidentified flying object. But like I told you, deep divers, a lot of people, I want to show you something, deep divers, because a lot of people don't realize history has a strange way of repeating itself. History has a strange way of repeating itself. You see, a lot of people don't realize. Let me pull it up. Right here. This is an image from ancient Kemet or Egypt, right? An image from ancient Egypt. What does it look like? Helicopter, right? So when you start to realize there's nothing new under the sun, There is nothing new under the sun, deep divers. So a lot of people aren't surprised about that because we already knew we've never been alone at all. Okay? So now, for the first time, we're starting to realize that even hardcore people who would say, hey, UFOs aren't real, you have the US government, the Pentagon, saying, actually, that UFO taken by the Navy pilot, oh, it's real. We don't know what it is. But we do. So, mind-blowing conspiracy theories, deep divers. We're living in a strange time on the planet. Everyone's wearing a face mask except the cat down the road. A lot of people are realizing it's a whole new world. It's very difficult for a lot of people to deal with it because there's a lot of fear around, a lot of fear going around. A lot of people are taking this very seriously. At the same time, some people are asking questions. And it's always good to ask questions, deep divers, because this is the wake-up show. When you ask questions, you get answers. You see, if I had told you, deep divers, and I did tell you, in 2019, what did I tell you? Does anybody know what I told you? Shout out to everyone in the chat. Does anybody know what I told you? In 2019, what did Ralph Smart tell everybody? I'm not going to say it, deep divers. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let people in the chat say it. What did Ralph Smart say in 2019 was going to happen? I'll wait. While you put it in the comment section, let me shout out to everyone who's here. Jake, you are appreciated. Shout out to Jake. Jake DOC. Thank you, Sensei, for spreading love and the truth. May we continue to walk our path even when our feet shake. Oh, I like that. And I wouldn't mind some reggae. Hey, okay, Jake, I've got you on the reggae. I got you on the reggae, Jake. I got you on the reggae, right? So, like I said, in 2019, I actually told you in a video, this was way before the COVID-19 lockdown, the pandemic. It hadn't even happened yet. I told you it was going to happen. And that's on record. That's on video. And that's why when it did happen, a lot of people said, Ralph, how the hell did you know this was going to happen? How do you know they were going to lock the entire planet down in 2020? How on earth did you know? So we went from a conspiracy theory to a conspiracy fact. See, the term conspiracy theory was actually created by the CIA to stop people speaking up about the truth. And the good news is that there's been a lot of pushback all over the world. A lot of people are starting to realize they aren't conspiracy theorists, right? They're actually open-minded, and they're smart enough, wise enough to put their life back in their hands. And this is why we see such a huge awakening happening. Oh, deep divers, we got a lot to talk about. So like I told you, there is nothing new under the sun. This is taken from ancient Egypt. Temple walls. As you can see, a helicopter engraving right there. So you start to realize that when they said, okay, we saw this and we confirmed it as real, this isn't Photoshop, and you better get ready in the next few months for what's coming, because a full disclosure is coming. You start to realize that most people are so asleep, they don't even realize we aren't alone. We've never been alone. And when you realize this, you free your mind. So let's talk about the mind-blowing conspiracy theories of COVID-19. Deep divers. Where should we start, right? So, like I told you, from the inception, the dawn of time, there has been a force on this planet that does not want to see human beings ascend to the fifth dimension. Why? Because if human beings wake up, they lose their power. They can only survive when human beings are in a state of fear, when human beings are in a state of grief, panic. But if human beings choose love, they can't survive. And I told you, these same people said, okay, anybody that speaks out, we're going to call them a conspiracy theorist. Anybody who's protesting about COVID-19, we're going to call them a COVIDiot. These people are crazy. Put on your face mask and take the vaccine. What are you talking about? Right? So, shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers. Oh, aren't you enjoying the new setting, deep divers? Isn't it lovely? Isn't it lovely? Mind-blowing conspiracy theorists. Like I told you, it's not about me. I'm giving thanks to everyone who's giving thanks right now. Let me give a shout out to Leader Prack. You are appreciated. Thank you for all the good vibes always and helping us earthlings reach our higher selves, raising the frequency. Deep divers, you better be raising the vibration. You better be, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. So, when we realize that, leader, you are appreciated. The cat down the road says thank you. So, when you realize that you're not going crazy and you're not a conspiracy theorist, no, you are having a great awakening. You are, what's it called? The wake up show, right? So like I told you, in 2019, I told you everything that was going to happen. People said, Ralph, gosh, you're a psychologist. You're not supposed to be into conspiracy theories. Then it happened, 2020. People said, oh my gosh, Ralph, your conspiracy theory is now a conspiracy fact. It's not a conspiracy. It's actually happening. If someone had told you, deep divers, everyone would be wearing a face mask, vaccinated, you might call them a conspiracy theorist. Am I correct? Or am I correct? I'm correct. But this is exactly what's happening right now. So let's dive deep, deep divers. Let's dive a little bit deep. Let me shout out to everyone who's here. So many beautiful deep divers. Welcome to the Wake Up Show, starring Ralph Smart and the cat down the road and wonderful deep divers. Shouting out to everyone who's here. Big shout outs to everyone who's here. I'm just a messenger. 369 TV. You are appreciated. It's not a conspiracy. The government been making UFOs from Nikola Tesla protege. Absolutely. 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 And that's why I told you, when you realize that this spaceship right here, take a close look at it, deep divers. Take a close look at it. There is nothing new under the sun. You have to remind yourself, right? Wake up show. There is a Kepler telescope. It costs $500 million for a Kepler telescope. So they already know that we aren't the only ones, right? So UFOs are already here. The aliens are already here. They've already been here for a long time. And when you realize you are only seeing less than 1% of the electromagnetic spectrum, you are literally blind in the universe. You're literally blind, right? So, mind-blowing conspiracy theories, which are now conspiracy facts. Let me shout out to everyone who's here in the chat, deep divers. Have I looked into flat Earth? That's a good question. That's a great question. People always say, Ralph, did you ever make a video on the shape of the Earth, right? Oh, I made a lot of videos, deep divers. One love to everyone who's here, deep divers. What are some of the conspiracy theories that blow your mind? So I want to remind you, to the person who asked about flat Earth, like I always say, nobody knows the shape of the Earth because nobody's been outside of it. And the shape of the Earth, if it's flat or if it's round, or if it's a holographic universe, you have to always say, how is this helping me right now in my own journey? But question everything. One thing you have to remind yourself of is that there are no stupid questions. Slow motion this side. There are no stupid questions, deep divers. Always remind yourself of that. And this is why you're seeing millions of people protest all around the world, standing up for their freedoms. Benton, shout out to you. I wrote you the 5G song you requested. Hey, send it in. Shout out to everyone who's here. You are appreciated, Benton. So, mind-blowing conspiracy theories. Like I told you, the inorganic ones created this term called conspiracy theory. Conspiracy theorists. They created it because they knew that, hey, it's what you call controlling the opposition. Right? They always think one step ahead, deep divers. You always got to think one step ahead. Shout out to everyone who's here. Shout out to everyone who's joining us. Everybody who's diving deep. The cat down the road wants to know how your day has been, deep divers. So they created this whole term. They created this whole entire term. And it was really designed to stop people coming out, speaking up, speaking their heart and mind. Now, I'm going to share with you a conspiracy theory that's going to blow your mind. Are you ready? So, a lot of people don't realize, you know how sometimes you read kind of funny memes? Sometimes you watch funny videos of pranks, and a lot of people don't realize that you are being punked by the inorganic ones. You are being framed, right? You've been framed. You're being framed by the inorganic ones. So when you realize that a lot of us, we are taking life so seriously. And a lot of people don't realize that this is all an experiment. It's all a big joke. And when you realize that, you have a really good laugh, deep divers. You have a great laugh. So I want to tell you, deep divers, you see, a lot of people, let's go down the rabbit hole. So, oh, I like this animation, deep divers. We got an eye, and we're going inside another eye and another eye, right? So remind yourself there are no stupid questions. And right now, a lot of people are waking up very fast. And therefore, you might be called a conspiracy theorist. You might even be called a COVIDiot. You might even be called anti-lockdown. But I told you, these are all ways to silence you. And I want to remind you to continue to live your truth, continue to speak your truth, continue to embrace your power, because you aren't crazy. You're just waking up. Right? You're just waking up, deep divers. So, I also told you, deep divers, before the passports, the COVID passports, I already told you. What did I tell you? I said they're going to have passports. People thought, Ralph, stop being a conspiracy theorist. What did I tell you? That's on record, deep divers. I said, hey, you know what? They're going to have the passports. People said, Ralph, I don't believe you. In fact, I actually made a video. I said, they want you in lockdown for the next 18 months. Do you remember that video, deep divers? Do you remember that video? A lot of people do. And guess what? It's happening. So everything I said was spot on. That's a mind-blowing fact. So like I told you, humanity is at the crossroads right now. Because what you're seeing before, not even the greatest science fiction writer could write. It's not science fiction right now. It's actually happening right now. It's not a film right now. In fact, this is like a motion picture blockbuster right now. Right? You couldn't even write this film script. That's happening right now on the planet. So what we're starting to see is that everybody who was saying, wake up. No, deep divers, they weren't crazy. They weren't so-called conspiracy theorists. They were right on the money. They were spot on. They knew something most people don't know about. So when I said, hey, 2020 is going to be a big year, because 2020 is actually 2012. More so, it aligns with a great conjunction, December 21st. Very transformative time on the planet, especially with new energies coming in and people moving into the age of Aquarius. What did I say? What did I say? Let me shout out to M. You are appreciated, M. McKay, we prefer the phrase extraterrestrial rather than alien. I mean, they. M, shout out to you. What's up, OG Big Bro? I'm here and with you. Shout out to all the gods who have awakened to the psychological and spiritual warfare. Love is the answer. Fear is the virus. 1111 and A. About our private much love and blessings. Leonard, you are appreciated. Don't worry, I got you. You are appreciated. You are appreciated. So like I say, deep divers, let me just tell everybody, if you're on this live, make sure you get the book, the new book Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book, because we dive into everything and everything that will help you become your greatest version. Make sure you do that. Also get the Good Ass Prana shirts at ralphsmart.com/close. So many people right now are waking up, and that's the good sign. That's a very good sign. Also, make sure, if you haven't already, you add me on Instagram at official Ralph Smart. What is it? At official Ralph Smart. Okay, pull out your phone, add me there. Mind-blowing conspiracy theories. Let me just give thanks to everyone who's here. Everyone who's here. Jeanette Flourish, you are appreciated. Thank you, Mentor. Infinite gratitude. How is this all going to end? That's a great question. We can dive into that. First and foremost, I want to tell you this, Jeanette, that we have reached a limit on the planet. And this is why they're talking about a great reset by 2030. Some good news. It's a never-ending universe. Yeah, that's the great news. However, species are getting extinct every single day, and millions are getting extinct every single year. And human beings can also become extinct because we are approaching the 6th mass extinction. You see, this is the reason why it all ties into the Great Conjunction. It all ties into the Great Reset. They're always talking about this Great Reset, right? Because the reason why they're talking about this is because we have overrun the planet. So like I told you, there are no accidents. And everything that's happening with COVID and the pandemic and all of these things, it's happening for a reason. I want you to remind yourself when the lockdown first happened. What happened? People actually were excited. Am I lying, deep divers? No, I'm not lying. People were excited. People said, gosh, you know what? There's no traffic on the roads. I'm just talking about when it first happened. People said, gosh, I can actually breathe. But because it kept going on, people were tired of it. But it happened for a reason. And it ties into the Great Conjunction. It ties into so many things happening. Venus rising, absolutely, Dale. Shout out to Dale, you are appreciated. Venus rising, absolutely. Also ties into the age of Aquarius. You see, mind-blowing conspiracy theories is that now we're starting to realize when Ralph Smart was telling you about what was going to happen, it wasn't a conspiracy theory. It wasn't a conspiracy theory. It was a fact. And now it's happening. Now you see, now I rest my case, right? I told you about COVID passports before COVID passports, and look what's happening. This is somewhere in the UK, right? COVID passports by June. This is going out all over the world. These passports, right? That's not a conspiracy theory, deep divers. That's a fact. Right? So I want you to remind yourself, if you ever hear somebody talking about an Orwellian state, a Big Brother state, you might want to listen. But I want to remind you, deep divers, with so much pushback on the planet, protests in Hyde Park, protests in all over the world, Germany, all over the world, people are starting to wake up. James Crumsey, you are appreciated. Hey, Ralph, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. I have a sleep walking brother named Michael who is failing his kids. Raise his vibrations for me. Hey, Michael, I'm sending you good energy. Make sure you raise your frequency. Make sure you raise your vibration. Please do that. So, I always want to remind you that a conspiracy to conspire means to plan. That's all. That's all the word means, to plan. And there are many plans happening that you don't know about. Once again, deep divers, if you are on this live, make sure you smash the like button. Smash the like button. Smash the like button and let people know we are live. So once again, deep divers, let's just loosen up. And I want to read your questions, deep divers. I want to read your messages, right? Because we're living in interesting times. Pranic, shout out to you. And that's a good question. A lot of people want to know, gosh, Ralph, what's this live streaming setup like? The quality is so amazing. And these are all things which I had to learn how to do. Because I'm watching these live streamers. I'm like, cool. Let me have a go. But let me just talk to you, Panic, because asking about that is very fundamental. Shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers. Everybody who's here, everybody who's diving deep. We got a whole lot to talk about. As Ralph Smart would say, we got a whole lot to talk about. Pramanic Astrology Channel. Shout out to you, deep divers. Shout out to you, Pramanic. You are appreciated. Can you show us your cinema setup, your cinema camera setup? Your products, high quality, you produce high quality, just like your content, praying for your highest good and greatest growth. Hey, that's such a beautiful comment. I appreciate you, Panic. Puranic. You are appreciated. So that's a great question. That's a great question. I'm definitely going to show you. Email me. I'm going to show you all the lenses I use. A lot of the times for outdoor videos, sometimes I use cinema lenses, Canon lenses, the cinema lineup. For the handheld videos, I use a Sony ZV-1 camera. Also, I use the C500 Mark II. C500 Mark II. But I'll do a whole video. We're getting technical right now. We can do that, though. We can do that. Let me shout out to Eternal Messiah. You are appreciated. One love, Ralph. Thanks for your help. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody here. It's the Wake Up Show, Deep Divers. So, a lot of people talk of this word Illuminati. Some people even said, Ralph, are you in the Illuminati? Right? Why do you think that, deep divers? Because I got over 1 million subscribers? Like, gosh. A lot of people sometimes, because I did a whole video on that, right? Mind-blowing conspiracy theories. Like anyone who does that, deep divers, is a devil worshipper. Anybody who does that is a devil worshipper, right? No, I told you, this is a Gyan mudra, which is conducive to well-being. And it's a mudra going back to the Indus Valley. This is not the devil's horn. This is an Apanya mudra going back to the Indus Valley. And I told you, the swastika originally was a very positive symbol. It still is in the Hindu tradition, meaning it's all about well-being, balance, growth, longevity. And it was turned into something negative. So we have to remind ourselves, they have reversed everything in the Matrix. And the truth is, that is the real conspiracy. Them reversing everything. So I told you, I'm a musician, deep divers. And do you know, every pop song that goes #1 has these 4 chords, right? You could even look up the video on YouTube. 4 chords. You can play literally every song there is just with 4 chords. And in fact, I'm a producer. So if you want to make a hit record, you have to use those 4 chords. And it's a formula. It's a science. So this is how they can engineer hit records. It's a whole science to it. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is a fact. Thousands of #1 songs only use 4 chords. And it's a magic formula. Another conspiracy theory about the music industry is selling your soul. Now, this is not a conspiracy theory. This is a fact. A lot of celebrities sell their souls. What does selling your soul mean? Selling your soul means that you do something against your will, for profit or for gain, or something you don't want to do, something you know that it's going to be bad for people, but you still do it anyway. Now, there are some great musicians out there, some great actors, some great entertainers who want to help people, but a lot of people, they were given a deal. Even Bob Dylan tells you, I was offered a deal I couldn't refuse. You think he's joking? You think he's joking? So when you realize that, shout out to everyone who's here. Let me, and I got to tell you this, deep divers. You see, I finally learned how to do a live stream after all these years. Well, I only started a few months ago, live streaming, right? After all these months. See, how to do a live stream, deep divers, is that you have to read people's comments. That's what I'm going to do right now. Shout out to Eternal Messiah. You are appreciated. Randy Wilson, you are appreciated. A friend who's overweight argues with me, saying they would rather listen to the news instead of me, even though I'm healthy, haven't been sick in years since I switched to a plant-based diet, and I'm a former athlete. So, Randy, you're telling me that you've been doing the 7-day vegan challenge? What have you been eating, Randy? You can't argue with someone who is set in their ways. And this is why some people might call you a conspiracy theorist if you don't watch the news. If you got a mind of your own, you're crazy. But when you wake up, you realize that most people are under a big, big spell. And that's the real conspiracy. And this is why this is the wake up show. Thank goodness a lot of people are starting to wake up. That the entire world you have been living in was designed to control you, from birth. Not only designed to control you, designed to enslave you. I told you the inorganic ones have no mercy. To them, you're just food. Destiny McKinney, you are appreciated. Gratitude, awaken the soul. Let's keep the raising the frequency, raising the vibration, alive by raising the frequency. Oh, hey, Destiny McKinney, I'm going to raise the frequency for you. Everybody who's on this live, make sure you smash the like button, smash the like button, smash the like button, and share this link. Mind-blowing conspiracy theories. But first, mind-blowing conspiracy theories. But first, let's raise the frequency. And I want to read your comments, deep divers. Let's go. I'm so happy. The whole world is just beginning. We already won. It's about us all. So many beautiful deep divers here. Oh yeah. Like I told you, deep divers, you want the full thing? Give more thanks. Shout out to everyone who's here. That's the thing. I got so much music, deep divers. I don't know whether just to talk or just to play music. Right? I've been talking for 45 minutes straight. Anytime you want some music, deep divers, just say, Ralph, we want some music. If you want the music or you want me to dive deep into the knowledge, which one do you want? Let me know. If you want the music or you want me just to talk, what do you want? Let me know. This is the people show. It's not about me. This is the wake up show, deep divers. Because music is one of the best ways to raise your frequency. And a conspiracy theory is that the hertz frequency of your music makes a difference. Do you really know, deep divers? There are some crazy ass people out there who believe that if you tune music to 432 hertz, or 528 hertz, it's going to have some benefit to you. Gosh, these crazy conspiracy theories. Hold on. Mind-blowing conspiracy fact. This is a fact. Prince used to record all of his music at 432 hertz. Even Chris Brown is starting to do the same thing because 432 hertz is actually the universal heartbeat. It is linked to the 8 hertz Schumann resonance. And that's the heartbeat of the planet. So when you realize in 1945, they changed from 432 hertz to 440 hertz. So you are listening to music out of tune. It's no wonder why the world is flipping in. It's no wonder why the world is in flipping imbalance, because your frequency is at 440 hertz. Now, am I just talking, or do I really know this? See, deep divers, I'm a classical guitarist of over 15 years. And I already showed it once on a live stream. I did the tests between 440 hertz and 432 hertz. And when you tune music to 432 hertz, it's more calming, more healing. You can really feel the music. Oh, they don't want that. So they're like, hey, we're going to set all music to 440 hertz. So a great tip, deep divers, if you want to find this out for yourself, buy a Korg chromatic tuner and you can tune it to the frequency you want and you'll notice a difference. If you play the guitar, tune your guitar to 432 hertz like I do, and you'll notice a tremendous difference. It sounds a whole lot better. 440 hertz is very sharp, out of balance, makes you nervous. 432 hertz is so beautiful, you just want to talk to birds and butterflies. But a lot of people still don't believe it makes a difference. Mind-blowing conspiracy theories. Now, there was a doctor by the name of Dr. Emoto. Dr. Emoto said that if you talk to water in a negative way, the symmetry of the water will be out of balance. Right? The symmetry of the water will be out of balance. And when you realize that Dr. Emoto, he wasn't a conspiracy theorist. He was a scientist. In fact, let me pull up some of his work, because I want to just show you that even how you talk to water makes a whole difference. And it's so powerful what he found out. So powerful. And we have to remind ourselves, deep divers, everything is alive. Everything is alive. Everything has vibration. Like Tesla said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And vibration. So, let me get this up here. Can you see that, deep divers? There it is. This is why I told you. How you speak to water makes a difference. So he found out that here you have spring water. Very beautiful crystalline pattern. Japan, Shimanto River, referred to as the last clean spring in Japan. Beautiful crystal. Antarctic ice, beautiful crystal shape. France here, fountain there. Biwaku Lake, the largest lake at the center of Japan. Pollution is getting worse. Can you see how all of a sudden the shape goes very ugly? Yodo River, Japan. The river passes through most of the major cities in Kazai. You can already see now it's unrecognizable. Untreated distilled water. That's what it looks like. Fuwara Dam. Before offering a prayer. Fuwara Dam after offering a prayer. Woo! That's deep, deep divers. That's deep right there. That's kind of deep. What do you think of that, deep divers? Is he a conspiracy theorist? Did Dr. Emoto know what he was talking about? Did he really know what he was talking about, or was he just making it up? Right? We have to remind ourselves that he had decades of experience. How you talk to water can change the shape of the water crystals. If you talk to water with love, you have beautiful symmetrical shapes. If you talk to water with hate, you have disgusting shapes. Take into consideration you're over 75% water. Therefore, we must realize Dr. Emoto wasn't just some crazy goof. No, he knew what the hell he was talking about. And you can do this experiment, deep divers. It's not hard to do. So one day what I want you to do is talk to yourself in the most loving way. Say, hey, I'm a beautiful person. I love myself. I love other people. I'm going to be putting out positive energy. Really speak life into existence, right? Then the next day, what I want you to do is have a lot of self-hate. Trash talk yourself. Bring negative energy to other people. And all of a sudden, you're going to realize that that negativity is going to make you sick. And this is why negative people never go far in life. Negative people never elevate. Negative people never manifest greatness. And this is why it's so essential to make sure you're spreading love and not fear. Make sure you're spreading love and not fear. Every single day, make sure you are spreading love and not fear. Make sure you are talking to people in a loving way. Make sure you're not consuming fear, because fear is the greatest energy vampire. So every single day, we got to take a look and say, wait a minute. All of those people, the tree huggers I'm talking about, were they just conspiracy theorists? Or did they feel the tree's energy? We got to always remind ourselves of that. Every single day. I know people, deep divers, who actually hug trees. That's me. I hug trees, deep divers, every single day. Every single day. And to be honest, they actually give better hugs than human beings. Let me shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers. We're having fun right now. Mind-blowing conspiracy theories. What's some of your greatest conspiracy theories that actually turned out to be, well, true? Let me know, deep divers. Let me shout out to everyone who's here. Like I said, I am reading every single comment. Destiny McKinney, you are appreciated. Shout out to Destiny McKinney. Alexandria. 825. I use copper pincher for my drinking water. You are appreciated. The young lad 13. You are appreciated. Jason Silverbeck. Read with me, Candy B. Shout out to you. So many beautiful deep divers here. I see all of you. The chat is going so fast. It's like crazy. So many wonderful deep divers here. If you are on this live, make sure you smash the like button and smash the like button, deep divers, so we can beat the algorithm, because there is a conspiracy theory that they are censoring people. Have you heard of that conspiracy theory, deep divers? They're censoring people who are talking about the truth, who are waking people up. Now, I told you, this isn't a conspiracy theory. It's a mind-blowing conspiracy theory, Ralph. No, it's not. It's actually happening. Google, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. They are shadow banning people, removing videos. And why would you remove a conspiracy theory anyway? Unless it was the truth. Slow motion this side. A lot of people, I had one of my videos removed, deep divers. Ralph Smart was diving deep. Oh, Ralph Smart was diving deep. YouTube said, hey, we can't allow that on YouTube. I said, why? They said medical misinformation. I said, what are you talking about? Hey, this is how the inorganic ones control billions of people. They make up community guidelines. That's just a conspiracy theory, Ralph. No, it's not. It's actually happening. Censorship is a real thing. So let me tell you, deep divers, a lot of people now know that this isn't just a conspiracy theory, and you better get ready for the next few months for what's coming. More disclosure. This was actually spotted by a Navy pilot, and the Pentagon had no choice but to say, hey, it's real. They could have just said, you know what? Nah, that's just a conspiracy theory. No, they said, actually, that's real. So this is huge because I told you, this temple wall is thousands of years old, and now you see a helicopter just like right here. So there's nothing new under the sun. You see, aliens have already been on this planet for a long time. We've never been alone. Mind-blowing conspiracy theory. What if, deep divers, you were living in a simulation? Now, that was a mind-blowing conspiracy theory. The problem is that now they're now starting to realize it's not a theory anymore. It's actually more closer to the truth. People like Elon Musk talks about the simulation, that the chances of us being in base reality is 1 in billions. That's the chances of us being in base reality. 1 in billions. In other words, have you ever played The Sims, deep divers? You ever play The Sims? If you've played The Sims, you know what I'm talking about. You can create worlds. Well, that's the same thing that's happening right here. Wake up. Let me shout out to everyone who's here. Like I told you, deep divers. Hey, it's someone's birthday today. It's someone's birthday today. Chrissy, it's your birthday. To your son. It's your son's birthday. Ralph, can you please say a happy 17th birthday to my beautiful son, Jake? Much love. Absolutely. Happy birthday, Jake. One love to you. I hope your day goes great. Right? So, you've played The Sims, deep divers. Maybe you haven't. But you should really take a closer look at the game The Sims. I was playing The Sims back in high school. And the great thing about The Sims is that you can literally create an entire civilization. And people in The Sims don't know they're actually being programmed. They think the life they're living in is real. Right? Well, now many scientists like Nick Bostrom, they're starting to say that we're more than likely living in a simulation. You also have the theoretical physicist, Professor James Gates, who talks of these adinkras. And this is like a conspiracy theory, Ralph, because you can't tell me we're living in a matrix, right? We're not in a matrix, are we, deep divers? What did he say? He said that upon closer inspection, if you look at the universe, he saw and observed these adinkras in the universe. And let me pull it up for you, just to show you what he saw. And this guy ain't no dummy. This is a physicist who's been doing great work for a long time. But what he found was nothing short of fascinating. See, this once used to be called a mind-blowing conspiracy theory. But the thing is, right now, it's proving to be a lot closer to the truth. Can you see that right there, deep divers? So this is what he saw. Now, we're going to tie this into everything that's happening right now with COVID-19, but this is what he saw. So what did he see? These two digits, right? Zeros and ones. Oh, we're diving deep, deep divers. We're diving deep. You ain't ready, deep divers. You ain't ready for this. Let's just raise the frequency. If you're on this live, make sure you smash the like button. Smash the like button. Also, shout out to everyone who's here. I'm so happy. The whole world is just beginning. We already won. It's about us all. So many beautiful deep divers here. So many beautiful deep divers here. You enjoying that, deep divers? So, let's talk a bit about what's happening on the planet right now. Because if you didn't already know, a lot is happening right now. And very fast. And once again, everything I told you was going to happen. Ralph, is that a conspiracy theory? It's actually happening. Right now, as we speak. And that's the thing. When I was actually talking about passports, I'm like, maybe deep divers aren't ready for this. Maybe they're not ready for this. But the Pisces that I am, I already saw what was coming. And I'm going to show you the roadmap of how to get out. But I already saw what was coming. And this is why those who have the ears to hear and the eyes to see, they can wake up. They can see things before they happen. You see, right now on the planet, a lot of people are desperate for a holiday. They want to go to the beach. They want to go on holiday with their family. And right now, people are starting to realize it's not going to be as easy to travel as it was before. For example, you're going to have to pay for a few tests. You're going to have to do all kinds of things. Jump through hoops and fires just to go somewhere. But if I had told you that a year ago, you might say, Ralph, you're a conspiracy theorist. But that's what's happening right now. Mind-blowing conspiracy theories. Let me tell you this, deep divers. A lot of people actually think, and this is crazy, that you should take off a mask. Are you one of those people, deep divers, that you believe you should take off a face mask? You conspiracy theorists? You want to keep it on? Wait a minute. How on earth am I going to be able to breathe in that good ass prana, baby? A big conspiracy for a long time is that there is a force on this planet that wants to keep you in a lower frequency and a lower vibration. Well, now we're starting to realize this is not a conspiracy. This is actually happening. It's actually happening. Let me shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers. Wolf Studio. SP Production, shout out to you. Blessings to you, Ralph, and all the people in the chat. I released an album last year called Sun. Check out my song Warrior of Jar Light. I am a music producer. Would love to work with you. One love, one love, one love, one love. Shout out to you. You are appreciated. You are appreciated. So it's the Wake Up Show, Deep Divers. Let's just loosen up a bit. And like I say, if there are some conspiracy theories that blow your mind you want to talk about, let me know. Just give thanks, put it in the chat. We'll talk about it. We will talk about it, Deep Divers. Let's raise the frequency. Let's raise the frequency. Raising the frequency, we need to bring that opera music inside the place. So I want to remind you, Deep Divers, mind-blowing conspiracy theories. There's a new term floating around. If you don't believe everything that's going on the planet, you are a COVIDiot. That's right. A COVIDiot. No, Deep Divers. You're just waking up. So I always want to remind you, the inorganic ones have created terms, even like COVIDiot, to silence people. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's a real fact. Right? So I want to remind you to also make sure you have a thick skin. I'm a Pisces. You see, one thing about Pisces that are born on March 3rd, we're sensitive. That's why we're so powerful. Right? Very resilient. Right? So you have to learn that some people may not get you. Some people may say, wait a minute. Why aren't you believing everything they tell you? Why don't you just put on a mask, shut up and be quiet? And you're like, wait a minute, I want to be free. You're waking up. Mind-blowing conspiracy theories, Deep Divers. A lot of people believe that certain celebrities or artists are part of Illuminati, right? They're part of a secret society. Do you believe that, Deep Divers? And I told you, some people even said, Ralph, maybe you too might be in the Illuminati. Mind-blowing conspiracies. Wow. But do you know what the word Illuminati means, Deep Divers? It means the illuminated one. I'm definitely the illuminated one. If that's what it means, I'm in it. I'm in the Illuminati. Absolutely. Oh, they're the ones with all the power. I'm in that club then. They control everything. I'm in that club. They're in the 1%. I'm in the 1%. So when you realize, deep divers, you see a lot of celebrities. Once again, if you're on this live, make sure you smash the like button. Smash the like button, deep divers. Smash the like button and share this link. I got a confession to make. I even played into it because a lot of people in one video I said, hey, you know, I know some deep divers who dive deep are very awake and aware. But also I know there are a lot of new people on Infinite Waters. So a lot of people, if I did this in a thumbnail, people say, Ralph, that's Illuminati. That's devil worshipping. Really? Do you know what the devil is, deep divers, by any chance? Right? So I started to realize, gosh, it's so easy to fool people. What did Mark Twain say? It's easier to fool people than convince people that they are being fooled. It's Illuminati, Ralph. Mind-blowing conspiracy theories. But do you know actually what this symbol means, deep divers? Do you know what this symbol means? It's interesting. This is a pyramid and an eye. Like I told you, it goes back to ancient Egypt. It's actually the eye of Ra, the eye of Horus. Very powerful sign. But once again, it's just a shape. It's just a shape. It's just a shape. I told you. When you start to wake up and dive deep, you lose fear. You're not afraid of Illuminati. You're not afraid of the devil. Because you realize that the devil is inside of you. You are the devil. And you don't even know it. I said it. You are the devil and you don't even know it. But you're also the angel and you don't even know it. Right? So we have to remind ourselves that there has been so much misinformation. And right now it's good to see a lot of people starting to wake up, starting to really open their eyes. So like I told you, deep divers, this is no longer a conspiracy. The UFO spotted by a Navy pilot. But remind yourself, people have been seeing these things floating in the air. They've been seeing it, deep divers. They've been seeing it. Let me shout out to everyone who's here. Everyone who's diving deep. Lamborghini, you are appreciated. Let me just give a shout out to everyone who's here. Once again, make sure you smash the like button. Smash the like button, deep divers. Let's beat the algorithm. I want everybody here to smash the like button. And I want everyone here to share this link. Lamborghini X09, you are appreciated. Dear Ralph, you are appreciated. And thanks for helping wake up to that good ass prana, baby. I am learning so much and have awoken my mother. May I get healing vibes sent to my father in ICU due to COVID. Absolutely. I'm sending him healing vibes. One love. You know, a lot of people have people affected by COVID. I'm sending healing energy to your father. Shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers. Now, I want to tell you this, deep divers. I'm not anti-lockdown at all. I hope you do know that. You heard it here first. Well, actually, you heard it in the video before last. I am not anti-lockdown. I am for freedom. Slow motion this side. I don't care. I don't care what race you are, because that's all an illusion. What religion you are, because that's all an illusion. What nationality you are, because that's all an illusion. The only thing that matters is if you are a decent human being at the end of the day. So when you look around, you realize that something very strange is happening on the planet. Many people are becoming disconnected from themselves. I literally saw a school child wearing a face mask, and the look in their eyes was of depression, terror at the same time, of confusion at the same time. And I'm like, what on earth is going on? You know, I'm just happy. Like I said, I grew up in the days where I used to play in tree houses, deep divers. I used to play in tree houses. The cat down the road used to chase me around. Right? And now a lot of children are being denied that. Being denied a normal, I shouldn't say even normal, just a free childhood. Right? So one thing I've seen, deep divers, and you're going to see this more. A mind-blowing conspiracy I heard was that everybody who doesn't believe the official story is crazy as hell. Right? Everybody who wants to just be free, everybody who just wants to live their life, everyone who just wants to travel, everyone who just wants to be with their family, everyone who just wants to get out of lockdown. Mind-blowing conspiracy theory. These people are absolutely mad. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely insane in the brain. I can't even believe these people. Like, what would possess them to say, you know what, I want to smile today? What would possess them to say, you know what, right now, I just want to smile today? These people are absolutely crazy. These are the aliens, deep divers. These are the aliens. Right, deep divers? Can you imagine that people actually want to be free? People actually want to be in nature like Ralph Smart? Mind-blowing conspiracy theory. So once again, deep divers, when you realize you're not crazy, you're just waking up. And the good news is that people are now starting to realize we have to use that term a lot less, conspiracy theory, because this matrix, everything is a conspiracy, from even the water you drink, from even the food you eat. You think that's air you're breathing? Wait a minute. Is this air I'm breathing? From the music you listen to, I told you. The music you listen to is at 440 hertz. 440 hertz. So you've been listening to frequencies out of tune your entire life. And this is not a conspiracy. This is a fact. Like, I've been playing the guitar, deep divers, for a long time. Lavanda, you are appreciated. And when you play the guitar, you learn that there's a magical frequency And the frequency is called 432 hertz. And if you ever play the guitar, deep divers, or watch my video, Ralph Smart playing the guitar in 432 hertz compared to 440 hertz, you're going to notice a few things. You're going to see a big difference. Huge difference. Huge difference. Lavonda, you are appreciated. I appreciate everybody who's here, everybody who's diving deep. Let me give a shout out to everyone who's here. The chat is going so fast. That shows me so many amazing deep divers are here. Raising the frequency. You know, most live streams, you only get a few comments. Like, that's enough. Like, the live stream, so many people commenting at the same time. Let me tell you this. Let me just shout out to everyone who's here. I want to say, deep divers, you are appreciated. If no one told you today, you are appreciated. The Ghetto Physicist, let me read your comment. Conspiracy theories are the window to the eyes of the soul of truth. The enigmas that give our minds a purgatory trip to the truth. I have a theory of the thoughts of the universe, connection with us, benevolent and pure. Hey, I love that. Yes. You just hit the nail on the head. You see, I want you to know, deep divers, it was probably around 2018 that the switch happened. See, what happened was, you know, I've been on YouTube for a little while. When YouTube first started, it was a great place. YouTube was one of the best websites in the world. The reason why YouTube was one of the best was because YouTube gave people a platform to talk about whatever they want. 2 keywords without censorship. And this is why you had so many creative people in YouTube's conception. You had so many amazing content creators when YouTube first started, because people could speak their heart and mind without fear. Now, one thing that happened on YouTube is that there were a lot of conspiracy videos, right? People exposing secret societies, the Rothschilds, New World Order, Bilderbergs, all of these things. So now Google had its eyes on YouTube. And you already know that Google means God, right? Google is the artificial God. It knows what you want before you want it. Ever been on the internet, deep divers? You want something, then it says, hey, you want this. You want that. It knows what you want before you want it. So let me give a shout out to everyone who's here. Lavonda Rainey, you are appreciated. Thank you so much. God bless you. Joey Gonzalez, you are appreciated. Hey, Ralph, I feel like I am being called to Africa. Time to go back to Africa, baby. Let's go. Back home, nowhere like home. Back home to feel fully free. To feel fully free, away from the insanity of the West. But I am scared I will have to take the vaccine to get there. Any wisdom on this? That's a great question. Shout out to everyone who's here. But Lavonda Rainey, shout out to you. You are appreciated. Once again, if you're on this live, smash the like button. Deep divers, I told you, we got all day. Oh, we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? If you're just joining us, mind-blowing conspiracy theories with Ralph Smart. I told you, right now, what was once called a conspiracy theory, a UFO, yeah, the Navy pilot just confirmed. It was just confirmed. The Pentagon confirmed it. What the Navy pilot took was actually real. And I told you, this isn't new to those who are already awake. They already knew that in ancient Kemet or Egypt, this was on the temple walls. What does it look like? So there's nothing new under the sun. And I told you, there are Earth-like planets all around this universe, all around Kepler 186f. That's one. That's just one. Kepler 186f. It's identical to planet Earth. But a mind-blowing conspiracy theory is that, how do you even know if that's real? Right? Because you got to remind yourself, all you know is what they tell you. Slow motion this side. It's the Truman Show, deep divers. All you know is what they tell you. And that's why I told you, don't listen to anything I say or anything your best friend says or your mother says or the news says or the politicians you believe in say. Listen and trust your damn self. Let me shout out to everyone who's here, everybody who's here, deep divers, like I told you. The ghetto physicist, that's a powerful, very powerful comment, and very powerful comment. And what he said, it really hits the nail on the head, because the perplexities of the wayward shadows present me from my purpose. My purpose is to bring us to type 1 civilization. They silence me. How do I give the world the help it needs? Shout out to the ghetto physicist. I want to remind you of this. How do I give the world the help it needs? That's a great question. A lot is happening. And a lot of people are like, hey, I just want to wake people up right now. I want to shake people by their bones and say, hey, you can be free. The best way to help someone is to not force them. Remind yourself, everybody wakes up at a different time. It's not your job to wake people up. You can help people when you are in your truth, when you're doing what you came here to do. I told you. Right now, I told you about the passports before they had the passports. And now they got the passports all over Europe and America and all over the world. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's a current reality. So everything Ralph Smart was saying in 2019, some people were like, Ralph, can you stop with those conspiracy theories? What do you mean a passport? Oh, yeah, that's what I mean, deep divers. You better wake up. So I want to remind yourself that right now on the planet, humanity is at the crossroads. And there is a lot of good things that are happening. Because anytime you're at the crossroads, you've got a choice to make. Which way do you want to go? And the good news is that a lot of people are still protesting. I told you about the protests all over the world. Germany, Vienna, the UK, all over the UK, from Manchester to London, all over the place. Big protests. people are now choosing to say, actually, I don't mind if you call me a COVID-idiot because I'm going to live my truth. I don't mind if you call me a COVID-idiot because right now I'm going to choose to smile and be free. And this is why the ghetto physicist, what you said is very profound. Conspiracy theories are the window to the eyes of the soul of the truth. The enigmas that we give our minds a purgatory trip to the truth. I have a theory of the thoughts of the universe, connection with us, benevolent and pure. That's fantastic. So growing up, a lot of you already know I did psychology. In university, I studied psychology. I also studied criminology. Now, in one social psychology class, we were looking at music videos. I never forget. I was with some friends. We were analyzing music videos on MTV. And we were seeing how mind control is used and subliminal messages are used in music videos to produce a certain outcome. What we noticed is that, back then, all the music videos had the same formula. All the music videos, over 90% anyway, had the same formula. And the formula was very simple. Fake it till you make it. So if you would watch that music video, you would really think that these people had all of that money. They were driving all of those cars and they had all of those women. And hey, a lot of young children are very impressionable. Mind-blowing conspiracy theory. All of those artists, I'm talking about the ones who have millions of followers. Ralph, you have 2 million. I'm Illuminati, deep divers. I told you, I'm the illuminated one. All of these mainstream celebrities, they signed a deal to keep the truth away from you. And this is the reason why a lot of these influencers on social media, they could literally give people some truth. They got audiences of over 100 million people, 200 million, but they keep quiet. See, when you realize that a lot of these celebrities aren't as free as you think. Now, I want you to realize this, deep divers. I want you to realize this. I want you to realize this. Being a celebrity is a trap. Pardon? Being a celebrity is a trap. It's a big trap. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. But it doesn't mean you also are free yourself. There's a reason why a lot of people want to be celebrities on Instagram and YouTube and all of these things. I'm like, I could be a celebrity, deep divers, but I choose not to be. I'm a real star. There's a difference. So let me shout out to everyone who's here, deep divers. Everybody who's diving deep in the chat, make sure you smash that like button. Smash that like button. And share this link. So I started to realize that the more you are just given, there's always something attached to it. You see, it's not only celebrities who sell their souls. If you are in a job you hate, you've sold your soul. Let me repeat that. It's not only celebrities who sell their souls. If you are in a job you hate, you've sold your soul. If you are every single day living a life which isn't you, that's part of selling your soul. So I started to realize that actually being a celebrity is not all what it's cracked up to be. It's a big trap. And you see, you've been led to believe that some people are better than you because they have more followers. Maybe they have more Instagram likes. No, everybody bleeds red. You know, I've lived in LA for a long time. You know, in fact, I've done so many videos. I used to live in Topanga. And when I was in Hollywood, I got approached by someone. And what it was, this man one time, he contacted me, said, "Ralph, we love your videos. We absolutely love your videos. We want to do a show with you. We have 2 other influencers." And I said, "Okay, cool." He told me who they were. I'm like, cool. And, "Oh, are you spilling the tea, Ralph?" Absolutely. You got your tea? Have you got your tea, deep divers? Do you have your tea or don't you have your tea? Because we're spilling the tea right now. So I said, "Okay, what is this show about?" He said, "You're a psychologist. You have such great wisdom about how to help people in relationships with their subconscious mind and day-to-day stress, struggles. So what we want to do is we want to do a kind of reality TV show where you and 2 other influencers, you kind of give people advice on the show, kind of like Oprah. And we're going to make this the biggest show ever." So he said, "Okay, meet me in Santa Monica." We went to the hotel, the Palm Hotel. I actually skated there. I'm such a badass. I said, "You know what? I'll just skate there." Did a kick flip on the way. I did a hard flip on the way. Deep divers. Did a pop shove it on the way. If you don't know, I'm a pro skater. So I get there. And the man was in a rush. He's like, "All you got to do is just sign here." I said, "What?" He said, "We're in a rush, Ralph. We can't talk." I said, "Explain to me what I have to do, what's in and out, what we have to do. What am I doing here?" The guy was in such a rush. It's like, "Hey, I don't have time to talk. You're already kind of late. Just sign, then we can talk about it later." Now, obviously, he was holding up a massive contract. If I had signed that paper, he could potentially sue me if I didn't go ahead with the show. Luckily, I'm smart enough to say, "You know what? I'm good." Now, when I said, "Actually, I don't want to do it," the thing he said, "Okay, I got someone else." Now, when he said that, truth be told, I'm like, shit, I missed this great opportunity. What have I done? He's just replaced me. And this is what happens to so many people in the music industry, because they get approached just like I was approached with a deal, and just say you turn it down, someone says, "Okay, don't worry, we got someone else." So this is what the guy told me. He said, "Ralph, don't worry, we got someone else." I'm a psychologist, so I knew he was using reverse psychology. So I said, "Okay, I'm cool." But I'm like, actually, wait a minute. But, I stuck to my guns. I said, "You know what? I'm good. And I just went off and said, you know what, I'm going to forget about that. But when I actually reviewed the contract, there was a lot of strange things in the contract. For example, you aren't allowed to speak about other things. I said, what? So in other words, if I had signed that contract, I couldn't speak about what I'm talking about right now. And this is why I say don't just hate these celebrities. And remind yourself, the real celebrity is you. You are the real star. I call them false idols, right? Don't just hate these false idols you see on social media, because a lot of them, they want to get out of the contract. Prince was trying to get out of the contract. This is not a conspiracy theory. It's facts. You see, Prince used to watch my videos. I don't believe you, Ralph. Ask his dancers. I believe you, Ralph. Exactly. Prince used to watch my videos. And he told one of his dancers, he said, oh, I like this guy, Infinite Waters. Now, Prince, genius artist. But you see, Prince, he had a tattoo on his cheek. It said slave. You see, for years, Prince couldn't get the rights to his masters. And therefore, he didn't own the name Prince. That's what it was about. He didn't own the name Prince. Someone else did. That's why he had to change his entire name. Prince went from a prince to a symbol. Right? You remember watching Prince and he didn't even have a name? It's not that he didn't want to call himself Prince, but it's because he couldn't do it legally. Because if he did, they would have taken even more millions from him. Luckily, eventually he got his masters back. Michael Jackson, the same thing happened. Michael Jackson was a Virgo, and I told you, Virgos are smart. They're almost as smart as Pisces. I'm biased. Virgos are very meticulous. You see, Michael Jackson, a lot of people thought Michael Jackson was just some very soft person. Nah, Michael Jackson was a businessman, right? So what Michael Jackson was so smart that he bought the whole of Sony. Pardon? He bought the whole of Sony's catalog. Also, the Beatles catalog. Paul McCartney was like, gosh, Michael, do you know how much the Beatles catalog is worth alone? We're talking at least $1 billion. We're talking at least $1 billion. Michael Jackson owned the Beatles catalog. And this is why, towards the end of Michael Jackson's career, he was spilling the tea. He was starting to expose the industry. And that's when he became a problem. Mind-blowing conspiracy theory. Are you always seeing 1111 deep divers by any chance? Shout out to everyone who's here. If you are on this live, make sure you smash the like button. Smash the like button, deep divers, and share this link. It's the Wake Up Show with Ralph Smart. Sierra. Shout out to Sierra Era. You are appreciated. Ralph, thank you for dropping gems on Gian Mudras. Oh, baby. Sierra, that's for you. Ralph, thank you for dropping gems on Gian Mudras. They tried to lie to us. They forgot we were the truth. What? Slow motion this side. Sending tons of good ass energy. What? Sierra, you're doing it like that today? They tried to lie to us, but they forgot we are the truth. Oh my gosh. Can we get a love bomb? Absolutely. They tried to lie to us. They forgot we were the truth. And right now, a lot of people are starting to wake up. I told you, mind-blowing conspiracy theory is that people who think for themselves, people who don't want to be in lockdown for the rest of their life, aren't crazy. They're just waking up. So this whole term conspiracy theorist is very, very handy if you want to control millions of people. All you have to do is say, hey, you're a conspiracy theory. You're a conspiracy theorist. Right? Shout out to everyone who's here. Reading every single comment, deep divers. Put it in the chat. Greg, you are appreciated. Hey, Ralph, what do you think about David Icke and his theories on reptilians? Well, let me talk about David Icke for a few seconds. What do I think of David Icke and his theories on reptilians? I actually saw David Icke back in the day in Wembley when I used to live in London. And he literally spoke for 11 hours straight. I'm like, David, you ain't going to take some water? He just went off on and on and on. And David Icke is someone who, he's been doing it. You know, I used to work in a library when I was like 16. I used to work in a library. When I was in the library, I haven't told this story. When I was in the library, I came across a book. And it was a book written by David Icke. It was one of his first books. I think he released it in 1996. And I'm like, oh, this book is very interesting. But you see, at that time, nobody even knew who the hell he was. You know, he had gone on the Terry Wogan show and they were making a mockery of him, saying that he believes he's the son of God. And I feel that David Icke is someone who's very brave. And once again, he's helping to wake a lot of people up. And this is the reason why he has been removed from a lot of social media platforms, because he's waking a lot of people up. The reason why he can do that is because he's been doing it for a long time, for decades. So shout out to David Icke. What do I think about his theories on reptilians? Well, first and foremost, I feel this is where the mind-blowing conspiracy theory comes into place. Do reptilians exist? If you've seen one, I can't argue with you. At the same time, you don't even have to go that far with reptilians. All you have to realize is that it's people that enslave other people. And this is the reason why a lot of people, if you bring up David Icke, the first thing they say, oh, that's that guy that believes in reptilians. No. He has a lot of other great information. It's just that this is what the media loves to run with. Oh, you think people are reptilians? That's why I told people I don't really speak about reptilians, because I already know that we live in a world of infinite life forms. Everything you can imagine already exists. But at the same time, it's not reptilians that are putting laws into place. It's regular people that eat breakfast. They had breakfast, deep divers. They had breakfast. It's just people like you and me who are keeping you in lockdown, who are saying, hey, the whole world better get the COVID passports by June. Just people. You don't even have to bring reptilians into this. Leave the reptilians out of this. Leave the reptilians out of this. It's just people. So I always say you don't even have to go so deep as reptilians, because this is why a lot of people get turned off by information, because they think, hey, I've never seen a reptilian. That's that conspiracy theory stuff. So I always tell people, you don't have to go so deep into reptilians. Just remind yourself, it's people doing this. Human beings enslave other human beings. Leave the reptilians out of this. Yes, there are entities which possess human beings to enslave other people, but this is something which you've got to realize. You want to take your power back. Danke schön, Nicole, you are appreciated. Let me shout out to Nicole. Danke schön, you are appreciated. I'm not even going to try and read that. I used to actually speak German. Shout out to you. You are appreciated. Infinite love and balance. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You are appreciated, Nicole. So I want to remind you that all of these things exist. Yes, there are entities. You just seen one. You've just seen a UFO right here. The Pentagon confirmed it as real. This is not a conspiracy theory. It's a fact. Right? So these things actually are here. When you realize that everything you can imagine already exists, from mermaids to ghosts to all kind of things, and they knew about this, right? In fact, the Druids knew that you could cast spells, that magic is real. You see, there's magic, M-A-G-I-C. That's the popcorn. That's the popcorn stuff. Then there's magic, M-A-G-I-K. And that stuff works. That's the real thing. So you got people like David Copperfield, and you've got real magic. I'm talking about real magic, making things appear out of thin air. Oh, it exists. And a lot of this technology, these entities already have. So if you have told someone 500 years ago, one day people will be able to drive cars, fly on airplanes, they might say, hey, you're a conspiracy theorist. If you were told someone 100 years ago, one day you will have the internet and be able to connect with people, they might say you're absolutely crazy. You're a conspiracy theorist. Well, this is what's happening. So when you realize that everything you can imagine exists, but at the same time, this is a very human problem that's happening right now. You know, you have good ETs like here. You also have the inorganic ones. And this is the whole battle that's been going on the planet for a long time. And this is why the music is designed to keep you asleep, dumb you down. You got to take a look at this, deep divers. Take a look at this. XXX Tentacion. That brother was awake. XXX Tentacion. That brother was awake. Someone actually sent me a video. He was talking about the third eye. I'm like, gosh. Not only that, he was talking about the 432 hertz. He already knew about the 432 hertz. And he was probably one of the only ones who are really awake in his class. Right? So he had a plan, and obviously his spirit lives on, but his plan was to wake up millions of children all around the United States. That's what his plan was. And he succeeded because, you know, his music lives on, but he realized that the whole music industry is controlled. And that's what he was trying to get away from. You see, I told you, this generation has lost more legends, growing legends, potential legends than any other generation. We can talk about Amy Winehouse. We can talk about Mac Miller. We can talk about Little Peep. We can talk about Juice WRLD. We can talk about Nipsey Hussle. Shout out to Nipsey Hussle. The marathon continues. We can talk about XXXTentacion. The music industry collects souls. Now, I want you to remind yourself of this. For you to just have overnight success, it comes with a price tag. And sometimes that price tag is your entire life. And that's why if you're an independent artist, it's a lot harder. At the same time, it's better to do it independent. Because if you're an independent artist, it means you aren't being controlled by the inorganic ones. You see, a lot of people are now starting to realize, shout out to Tupac Shakur, another legend. You know, he had the Killuminati album and a mind-blowing conspiracy theory. When I was at school, everyone was like, oh, you know, Tupac died at 4:03. That's a 7-day theory. All of this, all of that. Now, remind yourself, these people who are saying this aren't crazy. Because there are no stupid questions. When you realize that nature is too precise for anything to be random, too precise for anything to be a coincidence. And this is why the deeper you dive, the more you realize there's more to the story. There's more to the story. And there's even more to the story with what's happening with the global pandemic. You're only being told what's on the surface. But if you dive deeper, your eyes will open even more. Now, can we trust the news? World news, world news, world news, world news. The devil is a liar. Absolutely. Can we trust the world news? No. Can you trust your parents? No. Can you trust your best friend? No. You should be trusting yourself. A lot of people, let me just dive into this. Shout out to everyone who's here. If you're on this live, make sure you smash the like button. Smash the like button and share this link. Love everyone who's here. Like I told you, so many beautiful deep divers. And don't worry, for all those who are saying, Ralph, I love the music. If you love the music, give thanks. Put in a song request. I'm going to play it for you. Right? You want some music? Give thanks. Put in the song request. Say 80s reggae. I got you. Greg, you are appreciated. I'm back for another question. Do you think the inorganic ones will fake an alien invasion to try to make a one world government? Whew. That's a great, great question. Do you think the inorganic ones will fake an alien invasion to try to make a one world government? Absolutely. It's already happening. I mean, they will tell you this is real, but you don't know if this is real or not. Because I always tell you, everything they tell you is in reverse. Everything they tell you is in reverse. That's why when you live in reverse, it's evil. L-I-V-E-E-V-I-L. So I tell you, the inorganic ones, if they say, hey, this is a real UFO, it could be one they put there. It could be one they put there. You don't know if this is real or not. I could actually make this in Photoshop. I could make this in Photoshop. It's not hard to do. It's not hard to do, deep divers. You don't know what's real, right? Well, that's what the Matrix was all about. What is real? Real is nothing more than electrical signals interpreted by your brain. That's all real is. You don't know what's real. Because your entire life has been a lie. Slow motion this side. Say it with me, deep divers. Say it with me, deep divers. You don't know what's real. Because your entire life has been a lie. Oh my gosh. That's a slow motion, deep divers. That's a slow motion, deep divers. You don't know what's real because your entire life has been a lie. You don't know if this is real or not. This could be photoshopped. It might be real. It may not be real. And this is why the lines between reality and illusion become very blurred. And that's why the ancients would often say, trust yourself. Don't listen to what people tell you until you know it for yourself. Don't listen to what people tell you until you know it for yourself. And this is why you have to know thyself. But like I told you, going back to mind-blowing conspiracy theories. Once again, if you're on this live, make sure you smash the like button. Smash the like button, deep divers. And share this link. Let's just loosen up, deep divers. I'm so happy. The whole world is just beginning. We already won. It's about us all. So many beautiful deep divers here. Oh yeah, I'm so happy, deep divers. You know, that's just to spread some love to you. Mind-blowing conspiracy theory. So like I told you, it used to be a massive conspiracy just to believe that you're living in some kind of simulation, some kind of video game. Well, all the science, all the top physicists, if you know anything about string theory, if you know anything about quantum mechanics, quantum physics, you realize that the universe we live in is extremely strange. Do you know, deep divers, just by observing atoms, electrons, they behave in a different way? Do you know that? Right? That's not a conspiracy theory. That's a real fact. It's called the double slit experiment. When you look at certain electrons, just by observing them, it changes the whole experiment. It's like as if they know you're watching them. Right? So when you realize that the way reality is a lot different than how we think it is. Let me shout out to everyone who's here. Sonia Bear, you are appreciated. Wake up and smell the coffee, and we ain't even had breakfast yet. We ain't even had breakfast. Absolutely. I'm fasting, deep divers. I'm on a diet. But when I do have breakfast, 7-day vegan challenge, it's going to be some kiwis. What do we got here? Some papaya, some strawberries, pineapples. I'm good to go. John, you are appreciated. Dinosaurs are another lie. Hey. I got a story for you, John. I got a story for you. You are appreciated. When they actually made Jurassic Park, I went to the place where they made Jurassic Park. Do any of you know where they filmed the first Jurassic Park? Do any of you know where they filmed the first film Jurassic Park? I went there. I went to the exact place where they filmed Jurassic Park. If you know where they filmed Jurassic Park, put it in the chat. Well, I'll tell you. They filmed it in a place, some of it in a place called Manoa Falls, right? It's in Oahu, Hawaii. You know, I was there. I'm there and it's so beautiful. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is where they filmed Jurassic Park, because this is where many scientists say, you know, dinosaurs would have been. The thing about dinosaurs is that, once again, it's just a story. It's just a story. And so much of what we have been told is just a story. Wasn't it Damian Marley who said in the song with Nas, Patience? You know, if we evolved from apes, why aren't apes evolving? Mind-blowing conspiracy theory. So, John, dinosaurs are another lie. You know, a lot of people also believe that they don't believe dinosaurs ever existed. I truly believe that it's a possibility that dinosaurs actually did exist. The reason why is because nature only knows how to create unique species. But I've got a theory that many human beings are not from this planet. We're diving deep, deep divers. I got a theory that many human beings are not from planet Earth and they came here. And this is why, if you notice, deep divers, if you notice, all animals, they contribute to the ecosystem. Human beings, on the other hand, we destroy the ecosystem. Like, what's with that? We're cutting down the rainforest, creating wars, destroying the planet. Every other species on this planet contributes to the planet in a beneficial way. Human beings are the only ones who are plundering the resources. So I'm like, maybe, just maybe, human beings aren't from this planet. Perhaps they were actually bred. Perhaps they were created, oh my gosh, by the Anunnaki. Oh my gosh. Right? So there is an actual book, and it actually goes through I mean, it's a great book. It tells you why human beings aren't from this planet. I mean, some people literally are allergic to the sun. Some people are allergic to the air. Right? So we got to remind ourselves a lot is going on, deep divers. We got a whole lot to talk about. So mind-blowing conspiracy theories. So if we talk about what's actually happening right now, I did notice, deep divers, that with this new term that they use, COVIDiot, if you are like her and you're like, hey, I just want to be free right now, you know, there's a new term for people and it's called a COVIDiot. No, you're not crazy. You're just waking up. A lot of people right now are being split because some people believe everything is real. Everything they're being told about what's happening is 100% correct. And some people don't believe any of it. So who is right, deep divers? What if I told you? What if I told you? Both of you have a point. Let me explain. Many people you might see a lot of people who are very fearful. And you might think these people are so crazy. I'm just playing devil's advocate. At the same time, they are still using their reptilian brainstem, which is fight or flight. Some people call them sheep. At the same time, they're doing a very primal thing, which is self-preservation. That's the first rule of nature. So what do they say when you're in an aeroplane? If this plane goes down, you better wear a mask. They don't say, hey, put on a mask to someone else. They say, you put on a damn mask, save your ass, right? So a lot of people are doing that. And that's why I said, it's just about where they are. However, a lot of people have transcended that and they're ready to be free. They're ready to say, actually, I came here to not be free. I came here to be free. I came here to connect with who I am. I came here to find myself. And there's nothing to be afraid of. So in this woman's reality, there's nothing to be afraid of. But if you have another person who is less evolved in consciousness, there's something to be afraid of. So in other words, everyone is living their own truth. Right? Everyone is living the truth according to them. You've got friends and family who are terrified of COVID-19. They're living their truth. You got people who aren't afraid. They're living their truth. You got some people who say, hey, my music has to be 432 hertz. That's Ralph Smart. You know, I play my guitar in 432 hertz, and that's why I've got a lot of 432 hertz music on on Facebook, on YouTube, millions of views. Because back in 2015, I said, hey, I want to heal the planet. So I'm going to create 432 hertz music. And one of those videos, in fact, a lot of them, they have millions of views. But someone might listen to it and say, it does nothing for me. They're living it according to their truth, and that's okay. That's okay. So let's also talk about the educational system. Let's go into the eyes, deep divers. I call it the first 18 years. And in the first 18 years of your life, mind-blowing conspiracy theory, they suck the energy out of you. Do you know, deep divers, in the first 7 years of your life, you are literally a god? You're superhuman. Your brain is processing calculations at supersonic speeds. The first 7 years, and this is why a lot of scriptures say, give me a child at 7 years, before 7 years, and I'll turn them into a man, I'll turn them into a woman. Because 7 years, first 7 years of your life, is when you're programmed. The subconscious mind is empty. The subconscious mind is empty. So this is when they get you. From the moment you're born, someone else chooses your name. You don't even have a choice to say, hey, my name is this. They say, hey, I'm going to call you. Get a drink. People reminding me, Ralph, drink some water. Don't worry, we got the water on deck. Hey, the first 7 years, that's when they get you. So a lot of people don't even realize that 18 years of your entire life have been wasted in a crummy school system. I remember, deep divers, when I was at school. I'm like, some days I'm just in class wasting time. I'm like, I really don't have to be here. The teacher's like, yes, you do. I'm like, I don't. We're not doing anything. Instead, I could be outside. They're like, no, you got to be here. So they just fill up time. And this is why so many people are screwed up. You see, most people die at 18 and don't get buried until 75. Slow motion this side. So that's why a lot of people are like, I'm never, ever going to do that again. I'm never, ever going to do that again. Like, deep divers, do you remember you used to see people bunking school, not going to classes, and you're like, oh my gosh, they're so naughty. No, maybe, just maybe they were smarter than you. Maybe. Maybe they were smarter than you. I was a kind of good child, deep divers. I used to go to every class, but I had friends who would sometimes not go. I'm like, gosh, they're missing out. These are bad students. No, when I think back, I'm like, actually, they were smarter than me. They're like, ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Right? So you realize, like, I've got a degree in psychology and in criminology. And everything I learned, I could have learned in a few days. I spent 5 years learning what I could have learned in 2 days. In fact, in 1 day. And the answer is love. Yeah. Right. So this is like, I want to show you something, deep divers. Walk with me. So shout out to everyone who's here. If you are here, make sure you smash the like button, and share this link. Mind-blowing conspiracy theories. You're not crazy. You're just waking up, deep divers. So I realized everything I spent learning, years of learning, a lot of it is not useful right now. In school, they don't teach you how to meditate. They don't teach you how to love yourself. They don't teach you how to accept yourself. They don't teach you how to care for someone else. They force feed you things you don't need. So when you realize that, I kid you not, I remember there was a pupil who was in another class who was in a higher year than me. I said, do you have a TV? He said, I don't have a TV. I said, what? You don't have a TV? He said, I don't have a TV. I said, you must be crazy. I said, you don't have a TV? He said, I don't have a TV. He said his parents don't let him watch the TV. And you know what, deep divers? This guy was a low-key genius. And I'm thinking probably because he didn't watch the TV. You know, this guy was a low-key genius, and I'm thinking probably because he didn't watch the TV. But when I was younger, I'm like, gosh, his parents aren't letting him watch the TV? They're so cruel. How can they do this to him? When I think back, I'm like, gosh, they were the smartest parents ever. So, so a lot of people, I want you to, let's play a little game, deep divers. What are some of the things which show you have a lot of money in this matrix? If you have a lot of money, what are some of the things you should acquire? Just give a few names. What do people buy when they have a lot of money? Just say it in the chat section. Let's just say you're a millionaire. What are the kind of things you're going to buy? What proves you have money in the matrix? What are you going to buy? What's the first thing people buy when they get a lot of money? A lot of people. A car? Absolutely. Some people invest in the real estate. Some people invest in stocks. Sports cars, Rolls Royce, beautiful women, houses, designer clothes, TV, cars. So let's go through them. So cars. Do you know that the moment you buy a car, it's lost? Once you take it out of the dealership, it's already half its value. That's it. They don't even want it back. This is a real story. 2018. I bought a new car, but I said, you know what? I don't want this car anymore. Can I sell it back to you? They say, I don't want that shit. I said, oh no. Right? So the same people you buy it from, they don't even want to take it back. The reason why? Because it has no value. The moment you leave the dealership, it's over. Your car depreciates in value. And every year it goes down in value. Until eventually, nobody wants that shit. Because it's old new. Now there's a new model. Right? So some people might also buy a watch. Ever notice, deep divers, I never wear a watch? Now, I'm not going to lie. For a long time, I'm like, hey, maybe I need to get a Rolex, right? I need to get a Rolex, need to bling out. What is it with a watch, deep divers, for goodness sakes? I've never been a watch person. Like, that is literally a slave timer telling you to get there quickly. So there are people who spend $1 million just on a watch. If you have tens of millions, you might buy a watch for $1 million. Right? So you buy a lot of dumb shit. People say, Ralph, why don't you have a watch? I say, because the time is now. Slow motion this side. Oh, we had to drop a love bomb on that. So when you realize that a lot of these things, and this is the biggest conspiracy theory ever, that everything that's given to you by the inorganic ones is designed to enslave you even more. Do you know, deep divers? True story. It's story time. True story. I actually lost my phone once. And this was 2 years ago. I lost my phone, a new phone. I dropped it in the park. I said, gosh, oh well, deep divers, no videos. No telling you when I'm going to upload a video. So when I dropped my phone, I said, you know what? I'm not going to have a phone for a week. And that's why in 2018, for a whole week, I didn't even have a phone. And you know what? It was the best time of my life with no phone, no Instagram, no Facebook, no YouTube, no Twitter, no Google, no Snapchat, no TikTok. I actually felt so free. I'm like, gosh, maybe all of this technology we're using is a big trap. What do you think, deep divers? Maybe this technology was actually designed to enslave you. Because, you know, the average screen time of people is like 5 hours. Right? 5 hours on a phone. Do you know the cases of myopia are going up because people are staring at screens all day? And that's why I got these on. People say, Ralph, gosh, why are you always wearing glasses in your life? Do you know what these are, deep divers? Do you know what these are? If you know what these are, let it be known. Do you know what these are? You know what kind of special technology this is? You know what it is, deep divers? You just do this. Right? So even though I use technology, I'm never used by technology. Blue screen glasses, absolutely. Blue screen glasses. That's why I can do a live for a long time, because I got my protection here. I got my blue lights on. I got my blue light glasses on, deep divers. I got my blue light filters on, deep divers. And this is why my eyes are so relaxed. So make sure you get your blue light glasses, deep divers, if you're on the screen for a long time, because this can protect your eyes, right? Always rocking the blue light glasses. Mind-blowing conspiracy theories. Let me tell you another one, deep divers. A lot of people have this massive conspiracy that a few people run the whole world. Do you believe in that conspiracy theory, deep divers? Do you believe a few people run the whole world and they control everything? Everything. You see, I used to believe that, then I don't believe it anymore. I absolutely don't believe. The reason why I know this is because there's more people I'm seeing than a few people. Right? There's more people I'm seeing than a few people. Truth of the matter is, there is no Illuminati. Pardon? Sorry, I had to break it to you. There is no Illuminati. There is no Illuminati. There aren't a few people in a room doing all of this. You know who's doing it, deep divers? Just everyday people. Everyday people. Nobody telling you to stay in lockdown. You're doing it to yourself. So when you realize this, you realize, oh my gosh, it's the biggest mind job ever. Like, they got us thinking there are a few people who control everything. No, we are controlling everything. And when you dive deeper, you realize that there are billions of people who are fast asleep. Now, when you wake up, you realize how powerful you are. Just imagine what would happen, and it's happening, if millions of people wake up, and it's happening. It's happening all around the world. If one person recognizes their power, another person can recognize their power. It's happening. Deep divers, shout out to everyone who's here. UFO. The Pentagon just said this is real by a Navy pilot who took this photograph. Get ready for the aliens, deep divers. They're already here. They're already here. I'm one of them, deep divers. Someone actually said, Ralph, I've never seen someone so consistent as you. You must be an alien. That, I am, deep divers, I am. Let me shout out to everyone who's here. If you are on this live, make sure you smash the like button. Smash the like button, deep divers, and give thanks. Smash the like button and share this link. We're having fun. We got a whole lot to talk about. Lil Levy, you are appreciated. It's been a plan since the beginning. Everything has been a setup. They know what's going to happen because they set it up. What? Slow motion this side. Hey, that's a great comment. You see, and this goes back to this extraterrestrial. There are entities, and the ancients knew about this. Some called them the Anunnaki, some called them giants, the Nephilim. They've always been here. It's nothing new under the sun, right? And when you realize in all cultures there are entities which have been here, where do you think the concept of angels and demons came from? Because there are malevolent and benevolent entities on this planet. Some who want to help humanity and some who want to destroy humanity. This is the great battle that's happening. I'm thinking that these are the good ETs, though. I'm thinking these are the good ETs, deep divers. Junk DNA is alien DNA. Hey, like I said, what many people have said is a conspiracy theory. Science is now showing has a lot of validity. So like I say, this is Dr. Emoto's work. Just how you talk to water, the environment water's in, can literally change the geometrical shape of the water. So you have a spring water, you have the Japan Shimantu River, you have the Antarctic ice, then the water starts to get disfigured. Biwaku Lake, the largest lake at the center of Japan, pollution is getting worse. Look at the water. Right? And check this one out. Fujiwara Dam, before offering a prayer, after offering a prayer. Look at that difference. Goodness gracious. So whenever I got into Dr. Emoto's work, I started to realize Dr. Emoto wasn't just talking about this for one day. He's been dedicating his whole entire life to this. And it's just mind-boggling to realize that how we speak to water, and we are water, will change the structure of water. Fascinating stuff. Deep divers. Now, a lot of people... Wait a minute. Deep divers, it's time to dance, right? It's time to dance. Let's just loosen up, deep divers. Exclusive. Let's go. Let's go. Let's just dance, deep divers. Behold a pale horse. Do you know who wrote that book? Do you know who wrote that book by any chance? Nice music. You enjoying it? Great. Oh yeah, I got so much great music, deep divers, just to raise the frequency. Mind-blowing conspiracy theories. A lot of people often feel that a lot of people, for instance, some actors, some celebrities, are part of a secret organization. Do you believe in that conspiracy? Do you believe that to be true? William Cooper wrote that, absolutely. William Cooper, shout out to William Cooper. And William Cooper was there before Alex Jones. Do you believe that to be true? I'm a cinematographer, deep divers. So when I'm creating, I'm always creating like a director of photography. I'm a photographer, a cinematographer. And when you realize that cinematography is like art, very advanced art you're seeing on the silver screen. People in Hollywood, a lot of people say, gosh, Ralph, they already talked about this. Everything that's happening. That's because it's a whole script. And the Hollywood cast spells on people. And when you dive deeper, you realize that, oh, I get it. Why they spend millions of dollars on a film. Because they know that if they make a film that stays in the mind of people, people will carry it through with them their entire life. Let me shout out to everyone who's here. Electric, you are appreciated. Give thanks, deep divers. Ralph, you should check out the Instagram Humane Republic. They sell vegan shirts to pay the owner's daughter's cancer treatment. Shout out to you. You are appreciated. I appreciate that. And that's great to see. Hannah, you are appreciated as well. You are appreciated. So, mind-blowing conspiracy theory, deep divers. Okay, let's take a little dance around. Many people are programmed to believe that anybody who has a lot of wealth must be evil. Do you believe that, deep divers? Do you believe anyone who is wealthy is evil? Do you believe that? Do you believe anybody who has a large following is evil? Because, you see, a lot of people have been programmed to believe that people who have wealth or abundance are bad people. And I want to remind you, deep divers, that's a conspiracy theory. In actuality, good people can be poor or rich. Bad people can be rich or poor. Good people can be rich or poor. Bad people can be rich or poor. People are just people. So what helps all of us is to take back our power and stop thinking because someone is driving a nice car or they live in a nice neighborhood, they must be part of some secret order. People are just people, deep divers. You know, like I say, real wealth is in your soul. Real wealth is in your soul. So, mind-blowing conspiracy theories. Now, this is going to trip you out, deep divers. I told you. When you realize real is nothing more than electrical signals interpreted by your brain, it means that you can make anything as real as you want it to be. That's trippy, right? You can make anything as real as you want it to be. That's trippy, right? You can make anything as real as you want it to be. If you believe it enough, it's real for you. So, let me shout out to everyone who's giving thanks, everyone who's here, everybody on the chat. You are appreciated. I love all of you deep divers. I was very interested in the work of Terence McKenna. And Terence McKenna was a great mind and someone who also realized that culture is not your friend. You see, many human beings are born into a culture. And this culture tells you what you can do, what you can't do. And this is how the inorganic ones have been controlling your ass for thousands of years. Like I said, mind-blowing conspiracy theorist. Mind-blowing conspiracy theory. You're not crazy, you're just waking up. First and foremost, you're not crazy, you're just waking up. Many people are being labeled a COVIDiot. If you are someone right now who's choosing to be free, choosing to say, hey, I want to fight for my children, you're not a conspiracy theorist. You're waking up. Now, check this out. KN, you are appreciated. Everybody here, you are appreciated. Now, mind-blowing conspiracy theory. Ralph Smart, if you go back in 2016, all of my videos were getting over 1 million views, most of them. Even my video I did on marijuana has over 5 million views. Now, I told you, the switch came in 2018. And what happened? They said, hey, you can't do videos on marijuana and they're going to demonetize it and all kind of things. So, but you had so many people awake, even on YouTube, who were putting out messages of truth. And all of these people were going viral. Not just once a week, every single day. I would just drop a video, it gets 4 million views next day. And that's why you can see my video on the third eye, over 4 million views. But then the algorithms changed. Uh-oh. They said too many people waking up, man. And what happened? They said we got to hide the truth. So all of those videos about the truth, they hide them. And I actually asked someone in YouTube, I said, you know, you're shadow banning not only my channel, other people who are speaking the truth. I said, do you shadow ban on YouTube? The person replied, absolutely not. We don't do that. I said, oh, really? Right? So they're saying, hey, we don't do that. But of course, you can just see algorithms have been changed to suit the agenda. And I want to remind you that a lot of people are starting to wake up. The censorship shows that people are speaking the truth. The protests worldwide, from Germany to London, Hyde Park, all over the world, show that people are waking up. And we have to outsmart the algorithms, because there are algorithms. These AI algorithms, you got to outsmart them. Everybody smash the like button right now. I want everybody who's watching this live, just smash the like button. That's all. Smash the like button. And let's beat the algorithm. Let's beat the algorithm. Smash the like button and share this link. Let's beat the algorithm. Because they're trying to hide the truth. I told you, 3 things that can never be hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. And the truth is here to stay forever. So it's a real thing. I told you. They're not only censoring people on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, even people who sign $100 million contracts. Joe Rogan, he got censored on Spotify. They said, Joe, we got to take down that video. We got to take down that video, Joe. He was going away from YouTube to start his own thing. And even Spotify aren't letting him be free, right? So I want to remind you, deep divers, a lot of great things are happening in terms of people are now more aware of what's happening. Let me shout out to everyone who's here. The chat is going so fast. I see everybody who's here in the chat section. Let me give a special shout out to Spiritual Lifer. You are appreciated. Thank you, Ralph, for helping us to awaken. Have you ever heard of the spiritual works of Dolores Cannon and Emmanuel Swedenborg? What are your thoughts? And most importantly, can we go 80s? Hey, absolutely. I'm going to go 80s for you. So let me answer your questions. Dolores Cannon? Absolutely. Great author. I'm an author, deep divers. Make sure you get Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the-book for more life-changing information. As an author, I'm always reading. So she put out The Convoluted Universe. Very powerful book. She's very, very advanced soul. And you need people like Mrs. Cannon, Dolores Cannon, to really help awaken the planet. And it is a convoluted universe. Things aren't always what they seem. A lot is happening here. And when I read that book, you realize about the levels and the dimensions that exist, the worlds within worlds that exist. You realize that this universe is not a little bit different from what you think. It is so different from what you think. You have no clue. Once again, it goes back to Professor James Gates when he said, upon observing, the theoretical physicist, upon observing the universe, he saw these adinkras. Inside of the universe, he saw these zeros and ones. Zeros and ones. Now, what does a computer run on? Zeros and ones, binary code. Binary code. So he was telling you that you are literally living in a computer simulation. And a lot of people have kind of sometimes seen the glitch in the Matrix. Have you seen the woman with the red dress, deep divers? Have you seen Deja Vu, the cat down the road twice? You start to realize that things aren't always what they seem. Right? So the theoretical physicist, to show you how smart this guy was, Professor James Gates, Tyson DeGrassi, was silent when he was speaking. He's like, oh my gosh, what you're saying is going over my head. You're saying literally inside of the universe is comprised of a web browser. These are dinkras, zeros and ones. You're saying we live in a matrix? And the guy was like, yes, that is trippy. So the closer you look at the universe, the more it resembles the very web browsers we're using, the very computers we're using. And that's why I told you, this is one of the top theoretical physicists in the world saying this. You know, these people are very much into not being too out there, but even he had to say this. Time to wake up, deep divers. Now, let me play the 80s for you. Let's go. I'm so happy. The whole world is just beginning. We already won. It's about us all. So many beautiful deep divers here. It's a choice. Hey, deep divers. You enjoyed that. That was for you. That was for you. We went 80s, mind-blowing conspiracy theories. So we have, I hope everybody on this live does their homework on this to realize this is a Gyan Mudra. Because literally, like when I did this once in the video, people say, Ralph, you're Illuminati. And I told you, do you know what Illuminati means? It means illuminated. Right? I'm very illuminated, deep divers. So this is a Gyan Mudra. So there was a conspiracy theory like back in 2016, 2017, like A lot of celebrities who are doing this must be part of some satanic cult. No, this is just a Gyan Mudra. You got to educate yourself, and that's why education will set you free. Right? Stop thinking everybody who does this with the one eye is part of some Illuminati. Right? We got the blue light glasses on, deep divers. So right now on the planet, if we realize that a lot of people are being split, a lot of people are being split. Some people are for the vaccine. Some people are against the vaccine. Some people are for being outside in nature. Some people are saying, hey, let me just stay indoors. And those who aren't doing what you're doing, you might feel they're stupid, when in actuality, nobody is stupid. Everybody is living the truth according to what they know. Slow motion this side. Everybody is living the truth according to what they know. Lil Levy, you are appreciated. 430.65 is the true resonant of Earth. 7.83 hertz times 55 equal that 432 hertz is definitely better than the 440. Try tuning to that and say what you think, though. Hey, that's beautiful. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You're diving deep. Diving deep. The Wake Up Show. Deep divers. So I always want to remind you, deep divers, right now, if you are someone who is living your truth, you are going to be called a conspiracy theorist without question. If you are someone who doesn't believe in everything they're telling you, you might even be called a COVIDiot. But I'm here to remind you, do not stop living your truth. Do not stop being in your power. Do not stop smiling, because you're not crazy. You're just waking up. You aren't crazy. You're just waking up, right? And that's why I'm just saying, feels so good to be alive, baby. Right? Feels so good to be alive all day. Deep divers. Whoo, that's a great question. That's a great question. That's a great question. You see, this is why I do these lives. You got me even thinking, picking my brain like that. You got me even thinking, picking my brain like that. That's a great question. Well, they were trying to tell you that in the film The Matrix. Adam Clark, if reality is a simulation, then who created the simulation? Whew. Diving deep right now. Well, I'll tell you this, that it is so far out of human comprehension to know who created the simulation. It's almost like an ant saying, what do human beings look like? You know, an ant has no way of knowing that. It's impossible for an ant to know that. Just like it is impossible for us to know who created the simulation. If you play The Sims don't know who created The Sims. That's almost impossible. So we might have to live with not knowing, with not ever knowing. But at the same time, it doesn't stop us from choosing to be free. Doesn't stop us from choosing to elevate every single day. Doesn't stop us every day from choosing to become the superheroes that we came here to be. Deep divers, let me give a shout out to everyone. Nature is the only truth. Let me give a shout out to everyone who's here. Remind yourself, this, which they confirmed as real, the Pentagon confirmed this UFO is real, taken by the Navy pilot. It's already been here. The ETs have already been here. The ETs have already been here. You see on the temple walls in Egypt, you see it right here. Nothing new. Nothing new. Get ready for what's coming. Oh, a lot is coming. A lot is in the pipeline, deep divers. Let me give a shout out to everyone who's here. Make sure you check out the Good Ass Prana clothes at ralphsmart.com/clothes. The Good Ass Prana book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book. Deep divers, I want to remind you, you are the power. Stay free. Let love guide you, not fear. This is one of the best lives we've done. Don't you agree? This is one of the best lives we've done, deep divers. Do you agree or do you disagree? I won't say anything. Do you agree or do you disagree? This is one of the best lives we've done, deep divers. Do you agree or do you disagree? I'm not going to say anything. I ain't going to say anything. You are appreciated, deep divers. Like I say, it's all good energy here. It's all good energy. Take that. Take that good ass energy I'm sending you. And how do you like the live streams? Let me ask you while you're here. How do you like the live streams over the uploads? Do you say, I prefer the live streaming? Or do you say, hey, I prefer the uploads? Or I like both? What do you prefer? Do you prefer Ralph Smart live streaming? Ralph Smart just uploading? Or Ralph Smart doing both? What do you prefer? What do you prefer? Because like I told you, we're coming from all angles, deep divers. It's on right now. We're coming from all angles. Right? Both. People like both, right? People like both, right? Do you like both in the same day? The live stream and the upload, or just one video a day? How much can you handle, deep divers? How much can you take? Do you like just one video a day? A live stream, or do you like a live stream and an upload? How much can you take? I'm asking you right now. How much can you take? People say both. You can take all of it. That's great. That's great. Okay. So it's good to know both. You know, like I said, I had to start doing live streaming because I'm inspired by all of these live streamers, deep divers. I'm like, gosh, I don't want to be left out. It's so cool when they just go live and like, oh my gosh, I want to do that. So we're doing it right now. Deep divers, you are appreciated. Much love to everybody who's here. Remind yourself, you better be raising the frequency. I swear you better be raising the vibration. I love all of you. Have a beautiful day. One love to everyone who left an offering. You are appreciated. One love to everybody who's here. Once again, if you're on this live, make sure you smash the like button. Let's beat the algorithm. Smash the like button. Let's beat the algorithm. You are appreciated. Let this information go viral. Share it with a friend. One love to all of you. Peace. Infinite waters diving deep once again. Stay well. Stay healthy. Peace. You. I'm so happy. The whole world is just beginning. We already won. us all. So many beautiful deep divers here. It's a choice. So happy. Oh, you are all appreciated. Let me give a shout out to Mark Pagan who remixed that. I produced the song. He remixed it on the electric guitar. Check him out on SoundCloud. You enjoyed the book. I appreciate that. A lot of people do. Like I told you, deep divers, I can go another 5 hours, but I'll let you get some breakfast. Get some breakfast, deep divers. Get some breakfast. One love to everybody. We out. One love. I'll be back tomorrow. Better turn on the notifications, smash that like button. Let's go.